Welcome to my journey through the Bible. This will be a little more in depth of lessons to apply to our lives from chapter Genesis 8 and verses 1 through 22. So I just want to touch back again where it says God remembered Noah and all that lived on the ark with him. God remembers us today. He remembers us when we're going through trials, when we're having problems, when we're heartbroken. God says, I will lighten your load. I know your pain, and I will give you rest. It says in Matthew 11:22 through 30, it says, Jesus says that all that are weary and needs rest can come to me. I will give you rest, for my burdens are light. So we have that power to take advantage of that. So when we're hurting, we're not sure what to do, where to go, let's just turn to God. Say a prayer. Just say, hey, I'm broken. I need help. He'll listen. He'll answer you. Maybe not in the way you want, but he will answer your prayers. And the second thing I'd like to point out is Noah reached out his hand for the dove when she came back the first time. God is always reaching his hands out for us when we come back to him wholeheartedly. God is always waiting, always ready to receive us. He's just waiting for us to come to him. He's not going to force us to do that. We talked about free will. That's it. That has to be a choice on your part to come to God, to let him lighten your load, to let him show you a better path, a better way to live. The second time when the dove brought back the olive leaf, that's just a reminder of God giving us hope for our future. Sometimes we get caught in the moment and we think there's nothing left. We can't see a way out. But God is always that hope for us. God gives us that hope to say, hey, there'll be another door. There'll be another way. I'll send someone. I'll send words of encouragement to you. So we never have to lose hope. We have God to hold on to always. Another thing, Noah waited for God to tell him that it was safe to come out of the ark. We have to wait patiently for God to direct us in the directions that we should go. We have to wait for God to bring things into our lives. If we run ahead and we say, this is what we want, I'm going to take it at all costs, there's probably going to be some pain. There's probably going to be some repercussions of that. And if we would just wait on God, there would be a much easier way to get the things that we need in our life. Some of the things that we want aren't necessarily things that we need. Sometimes those wants might bring more pain and more suffering, and God knows that. And so he would like to save us from that heartache. But if we don't listen, then there's those consequences, right? Another thing, when Noah got off the ark and was on dry land, he was so happy to be out of an ark full of animals. I could only imagine. But he gave thanks. He praised God. We have to remember in all things, we need to give praise and thanks to God. We need to thank him for the blessings that we have. We need to thank him for the paths that he has brought us from. Even when we have trials and problems, we need to be thankful. And I get that that's hard. Sometimes you're thinking, why am I going to be thankful that I just had to suffer or that I had pain? Hopefully, you were able to learn some lessons through that. Hopefully, you were able to grow. And so you can be thankful that if you learned your lessons, if you were able to grow, that down the road, God will use you to help someone else going through something similar that you just went through. If you don't learn your lesson, how will you be able to help someone else? And God said that we will have the seasons. We will have fall and winter, summer, spring. We have night and day. The changing of the earth is a reminder of God's promises. It's a reminder that God will do what He says and that He will keep His word. It's just something else for us to hold on to.